Too shy of the 30. Now Henderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll run with Henderson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Henderson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. He's going to get it running right. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, Willis. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one,
and down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He'll return it from the 6. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. On the carry is Henderson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Carr. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. It's a big conversion there for the Rams on 3rd down. 45 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Rams are in for 6. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
First down, Willis. Going left side here, and it's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Lucky 56. Detroit! 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 Detroit!
To throw on second down, Willis. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now a handoff looking right. And oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
They get it to him running left, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And here come the Redskins now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure it's...
And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Looking to throw on second down. Willis. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with great field position here, chance for some points before the break.
That's prime real estate. Just have to decide how they want to try and take their shot to try and put those points on the board.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, L.A. In for the score. And the Rams add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Samson Abukum coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he will find his man on the outside. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, You enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Detroit! Detroit! Over, over! Over, over!
On 1st and 10, Willis. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
To throw again. Willis. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a 1st down.
I was going to say, on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the 1st. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Willis. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms, because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. Those guys throw the one arm up.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Back to throw. Willis. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. On 3rd and 2, Willis being chased out left. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
On 4th down, Willis firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
This is brought in at the 21. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Willis. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Looking to throw. Willis. And his throw's going to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Willis. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Back to throw. Willis. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. As his guys are in for 6. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Hopkins with the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw here. Going for it all. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
On 1st down, Willis. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down. Willis throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Operating from the gun, Willis. He sets to fire deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go on the ground. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things they consider safe.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks, his first touchdown as a member of the Rams. And the Rams use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Again, it's Henderson. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. And they'll run it here. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Now a handoff looking right. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 11. And this one will be brought back to the 22. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw on second down. Willis. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A big play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Well, you know, in this situation, they're making the adjustment to be more aggressive. You got to wrap that football up.
Yeah, it always amazes me that people don't understand that well, because you're going to come in as a defense. The first guy makes the tackle, you try and stand up the ball carrier, and here come the rest of the guys trying to knock the ball out.
Gone! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down all the way inside the LA 10. A huge play there for Washington. 62 yards.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, Willis. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Operating from the gun, Willis. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout.
And he loses the football a second time, and the Redskins scoop it. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Los Angeles, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.